Hi, welcome into our channel where we take complex cloud concepts and turn them into more simple, practical discussions. My name is Chris Holloway and I am a cloud professional. So today I'd like to discuss a very important, very powerful cloud storage concept in AWS. It's called Amazon EBS, also known as Amazon Elastic Block Store. So whether you are spinning up your first EC2 instance or optimizing a multi-tier deployment, understanding your cloud storage options isn't just helpful, it's actually mission critical. So what exactly is an EBS volume? Well, let's start by discussing first, what is an EC2 instance? So an Amazon EC2 instance is a virtual server that provides scalable computing capacity in the cloud. This enables us to run various applications more efficiently. The EBS volumes are block-level storage solutions that provide durable and high-performance storage for EC2 instances, which ensures data persistence. So I like to think of an EBS volume as the block-level hard drive in the cloud. Every EC2 instance can have primary EBS volume, which is our root storage, and that will be tied to the instance from the moment we launch. Do you need more space? Well, you can attach a secondary volume. And with a secondary volume, you can add, remove, and reuse them as much as you like across other instances, as long as it's in the same availability zone. This is important for flexibility and scalability. Now, there are several types of EBS volumes, and choosing the right one can save money and optimize performance. Let's take a quick look at these two here. We can start with our general purpose, which are versatile and suitable for a wide range of workloads and offers a good balance between price and performance. This is usually the default setting in the AWS console. We also have our provisioned IOPS, which is designed for high performance applications and requires consistent low latency access to data. Now, there are a few others. There's the ST1, which is throughput optimized for big data workloads, and our SC1, which is more budget friendly cold storage for infrequent access data. One of the best parts about EBS volumes is that they are flexible. They scale, and you can resize them, snapshot them, and your data will persist even after your EC2 instance has been shut down. And so as a result, it's persistent, it's encrypted, and it's always ready to spin up when you are. And so with that being said, I'd like for us to take a walk through the AWS console where we will launch an instance. And then after we launch our instance, we will take the EBS volume that is attached to it, and we will resize that volume to meet our storage needs. So let's take a look at that. Once again, we are going to do a walkthrough in our AWS console. As you can see, I'm already signed in here, and I want to make sure that I am in US East 1, North Virginia. Okay. So let's just do a quick recap of what we are going to do. Again, our first task is that we're going to launch an Amazon EC2 instance, and then we're going to take the associated EBS volumes with that instance and resize them. Okay, so let's start here by navigating to the services menu. All services. We click on EC2, which is located under the compute category. So let that load. Then we click on the launch instance button here. Okay, our page is loaded. Let's put in a name. We can call this EC2 instance EBS resize. For the AMI, we're going to make sure we have Amazon Linux selected. Then for the instance type, we want to choose T2 micro. The next section is the key pair. We're going to click Create New Key Pair. We want the type to be RSA, encrypted private and public key pair. The format .pem, and okay. And let's see, come up with a name. We will call this Chris key. All right. And select Create Key Pair. And that's going to download. Okay. In the network settings down below, we're going to click on Edit. Okay. And we have our default setting there. All right. Now make sure auto assign public IP is enabled. And we will click on our security group. We want to create a security group for this. So let's see. Let's select a group name. We can call it EC2 server. One. And we want to allow SSH in the type from source type anywhere. As you can see, this is generally not the way we would set this up if this were a live environment. It is not a security best practice, okay? But this is just for demonstration purposes. Okay, we're going to keep everything else as it is, and then we will select Launch Instance right over here. Waiting for our instance to launch now. Okay, excellent, successful launch of the instance. And now the second part. We are going to resize our volume that's attached to this EC2 instance. Okay. So let's go up here, click on Instances. We will select our instance, and we will move over here to the Storage tab. And then we will click on the volume ID. Now we will select the volume. We'll move over here to the right in our actions. Modify volume. Okay. Okay, so here our original size is 8 gigs for this volume, and let's say we want to increase this to 25 gigs. Okay, using the general purpose SSD. Click on Modify. Modify again. So after we modify the volume, we have to now increase the partition in file size. So for this, we're going to SSH into the server with the key that we downloaded earlier while launching the server. Now, to get into our EC2 instance, we're going to go back here on the left side, click on Instance, and making sure that our instance is selected, we are now going to come over here to the top to connect. And there are several different types of ways we can connect into our EC2 instance. I'm going to choose this one for our purposes here. We've got our username, EC2 user, everything looks good. And now we connect.